Embarrassing video of Americans queuing to fetch water from a tap in Texas sparks reactions. In the last 42 hours, Texas had been ravaged by a deadly winter storm which has left many dead and millions without power, cutting them from accessing water and heat. Texas is one of the most biggest states located in the south central region of the United States. It's the second largest U.S. state by both area after Alaska and population after California. The deadly winter storm had wreaked havoc on the key infrastructures, including their power grid. One would expect a state as big as Texas would have built infrastructures that can resist severe weather conditions. The result have been people scampering to fresh water and alternative power supply. And videos have emerged which shows Texans queuing up to fetch water from a tap in Houston. Somebody tweeted, "This is not a third world country. This is Houston, Texas. I spotted a line of people filling up buckets from a spigot in Haddon Park. Why? Millions either have no water or are under a boil water advisory." It caused embarrassment on social media as the situation is commonly seen in developing and the third world country. Now people are running around with their water cans looking for water to even flush their toilets. Someone, of course, the reactions here say, "I had never thought we would be seeing this happen in USA. Sorry, people of Texas. You need a different governor and leadership in your state. Vote this state administration out." Someone says, "Why is this water presumed safe to drink if the water is coming out from your faucet under a boil water advisory?" At the end of the day, you can never really see. Apparently, it doesn't really snow in Texas a lot, so you can never really be too prepared. Again, yes, of course, expecting with the expectation of the world looking at America, with the technology and all that, you expect them to be able to, fight this and basically come out this pretty easy. But then again, these snowstorms are very, very bad. They are really bad. But it's not really a thing of embarrassment. It's just a thing of, it's just out of their control. And at the end of the day, what they have has prepped them for the most that a storm could bring. But then obviously this storm is worse than normal. So I don't think it's an embarrassing thing, because at the end of the day, if this thing of such a gravity was to happen in a third world country, the whole world will literally be shaking. So someone says, "Texas, America loves you. From around the country, we're feeling your pain and donating services to help." You see, the thing is with developing countries, in a way, we are very, very lucky. In Texas and developed countries, electricity is a big deal, because without electricity, nothing can happen. With developing countries, there are already alternatives. You have to have plan B's and C's and D's. So even if there is no electricity, that doesn't mean you can't cook. People have their stoves, you buy gas, all that kind of thing. Electricity, you should go buy fuels for your own generator, not for your cars only, but for your own generator, to generate your own electricity. And water, people build their own pumps, because again, no one else is going to do it for you. And because the government is not going to take responsibility for that, the people themselves do it for themselves. And so they're never ever in this position. The only thing that they need is basically money. If they've got the money, they can get everything else. But here in over there in Texas and first world countries, if they do not have electricity, they're literally done for. They can't do anything, which again is very, very limiting and leaves the people so dependent on the government. But then again, the government, they're more proactive and would actually listen to their people. So yeah. Someone here says, "Well, a lot of Nigerians are living there. My advice to Americans is to go and meet them for survival tips. We are used to this kind of lifestyle. It's already in our genes." Absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of especially Nigerians over there were actually making a fire in their house. There was literally, they had to bring things together and light it on fire just to produce heat. Yeah, well, it's bad. Someone says, "It's become clear that human beings that all human beings are the same, and these people in the so-called developed countries will behave exactly in the same way the people in the so-called developing countries will behave when they both of them are faced with the same condition in the same environment. I mean, you never really know how you're gonna react. I mean, everyone's different. You never really know where you're born. You don't really choose where you're born or your government. So again, where you're placed and everything that comes with it will determine your reaction and how you go along. Someone here says, guys, so these pictures I'm looking at don't seem like the people who are desperate for water or people who are experiencing water scarcity. Yeah, but still, like, they're cold. I think that's the main thing. I don't even think they need water. I think what they need right now is heating. That is the main thing that they need, because the snowstorms, they can't even move. Everywhere is icy. It's cold. They can't be like, oh, let me go outside, or just, they have to stay in their houses. But in the houses, the pictures are horrific. I mean, their water pipes are literally busting open. The ceiling is literally filled with so much water or so much ice that it literally sinks down. Like, the ceiling of some buildings actually break. It's unfortunate, but yeah. Someone says God is showing the world that he owns every nation and he visits the states the way he likes at this end time. All right. Someone says, don't say that America is not like because of this video. America is far better than Africa. Things like this happen occasionally, not like Africa. Everything is normal in every community. But that's the thing. Well, with Africans, their immunity is higher. They don't. It's more like their survival techniques are way sharper and very in tune than Americans or like the developed countries. So yeah, you can, when they're not used to these kind of things, they're not really used to having secondhand solutions to these kind of things. So yeah. Someone else says, God bless Nigeria. We don't buy heat. As for water, we sink borehole if you have the funds because your government has failed you. We buy cold if you can afford it, exactly, with the AC. So we have tested all kind of lives, hardship, everything. Textiles don't buy cold, they get it in excess. Heat they buy from the government. Lack of water is the first time in history. They are all shouting, come to Nigeria. I think right now it just sparks debate between some Americans who have been, let's say, making fun of Nigerians, and of course Nigerians, of course, they will attack back on Twitter and be like, oh, is this you? You were attacking us, saying this, that, and then this has happened to them, and then of course, just for argument and banter's sake, I think that's why people are calling it embarrassing or whatever. Someone says Mr. Biden is okay, all right. They bring the presidency to this now. The person says Mr. Biden is bad luck. USA will experience closed heaven under him. All right. Someone says life no balance at all. Absolutely, no condition is permanent. Ninja mode loading. Absolutely. Put what you think about this in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe.